All right. Good afternoon. Another episode of the Zero Emotion Trader Podcast, aka the Zero Filter Podcast. Today we're going to talk about whatever and everything. And everything that's going on right now, and yeah. There we go. So last week we had a pretty good week. But we had pretty big losses too. But we had more wins than losses. But at least we went and learned with the losses. And which is part of this great profession, this great hobby. You're not always gonna win. We're gonna lose. But when you lose, it's called tuition. You are paying tuition. But that's literally it. Literally. Okay? So QQQ. So by the way, we're always trading the QQQ, or we're always trading the SPY, or we're trading the ETFs. So we don't trade stocks directly. We just like to trade the ETFs because they're more liquid and it's easier for us to trade them. So QQQ had a double bottom, and in the last hour of Friday it took up, almost as if it's doing the head of the shoulders. If you look at it on the daily time frame, if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, it seems as if it's doing it just got done finishing the head, and it's gonna build that third shoulder. And I think after that third shoulder is just gonna go lower. 5-8. Well, today is the 16th of November, but I think it's so yes, like I was saying, it is resuming that pop up to build that shoulder, that right shoulder. And once it builds that right shoulder, I really think we're gonna go lower. I really believe so. We're gonna go lower. Levels I'm seeing is 582. Which is what I was thinking it's gonna do. It's gonna do this time, and I had 596 put, entire 96 puts on the QQQ. Most of the top holdings of the QQQ is Nvidia and what's the other one? I think it's Nvidia and Apple. And yeah, those moves, everything moves, right? So it'll go lower to lower levels, and I think we'll have that biggest correction, and then maybe after that will be the start of the bear market. So it seems as if the bull market started in April when Trump did the whole Independence Day tariff day, but I think the bull market started in 2024. August 2024. Now, I have this theory that every year and a 9 months the market turns around. Right? So right now we're on a bull market, right? But like every year and a half will go from it's going up or it's going down. So like for example, COVID was not a bear market. COVID was a correction, but it just went all the way up again. And we're still in a bull market because after the April drop, it went higher. So technically the bear market, the bull market started earlier. So August 2024. And to now it's like about a year and like 3 months. Right, so let's go to COVID. COVID marked I guess the market started a little earlier, but like COVID marked the whole pump up. I feel like COVID was like, hey, get your money in. It's about to go crazy before it goes down, right? But it never drops back to COVID levels. Like, it will never drop back to the April 2025 levels, but when it drops, it's gonna drop pretty low, right? So from April 2025 is gonna go back up either to April 2026 to 2027. January, March 2027, we're gonna see a huge market correction, just like back in 2022. The timeline I'm using is the same timeline that was used from COVID to 2022. So COVID, March 2020, which is close to April, right? Just like Independence Day. And then you go from April, March 2020 to January 2022 is when that freaking huge bear market correction came. So if you look at the same from April 2025, right? So you went to 2021, we're gonna go to 2026, and 2021 is gonna be 2021 was hell of a bull market, 2026 was hell of a bull market. Will be hell of a bull market. In 2027, we're gonna go back to sleep for almost a year and a half again. So 2022, we went all the way to like August 2023, right? And then from August 2023 to August 2024, we went to accumulation phase where people were buying and getting ready to pump. It's a never-ending cycle. If you know and you've been through a couple cycles, you realize that it's a never-ending cycle. So if you're gonna buy puts, I highly recommend you buy January 2028 puts, which are gonna lose a lot of money. So I say you slowly ease into them, but buy that first contract. But that January 2028 puts should definitely be bought, but you should ease into them. You should slowly ease into them. And that should be your point. Now, let's say the cycle changes. Let's say I'm wrong, and that January 2027 happens January 2026. Okay, then I'm wrong. But again, the year and 6 to 9 month time frame still applies. So right now, if I look at the QQQ January 2027, what do I have? The puts, the 610 puts are like $50.45. But if you do the 400, or you got the 300 puts, those are way cheaper. Well, I don't know, right? I don't know. Oh, look at that, more contracts were in. Or the January 2025 2028 contracts are still here. Okay, if you look at the 950 contracts, they're like $10.58. Pretty expensive. And the puts are like 300 through 338. This is freaking nuts. So I say don't short an index. Maybe short a stock. Let's see which stock. Let's take Palantir. Palantir and Nvidia. I really believe that Palantir and Nvidia. I know Michael Burry shorted them and see how vulnerable they were. I think he's trying to send us a message. He's trying to tell us, hey, I know you believe in them, but they are not. They are not what you think they are. So December 2027 contracts for Palantir 235. They're like $265 per man. Look at that. Look at the open interest in them. It's like 14,000. Palantir to go back to $35. Jesus Christ. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Oh my god. So basically, if Palantir was to go back to $35, it would literally be it would literally be back to August 2024. When you Palantir, if you look at it, it's a different story. It's been going up. It went all the way down to $5, and that was in January 2023. After that, it just started going up. It was in January 2023. It went up, it went down, but not as low as 5. And that was that lower high, and then it just fucking took off. It took off maybe $7 and May 2023, and boom. So Palantir is something we should definitely hold. In 2000, so January 2022, 397. Oh, that's a QQQ. By the time we're done going down, it was October 2022. So technically, once that market is gonna drop, it's gonna drop for almost like 9 months. After 9 months, it's gonna run back to it. So the bull market will recover in 2026 and keep going back up in 2028. If it does. Because and then the next year, and by August 2023, boom, it's gonna go up. June 2024 is gonna be a huge drop. But that drop that happened from January 2025 to April 2025, it was from 531 to 4. It's $130. Let's go back to the COVID drop. The COVID drop, well, that's 2007. So let's go back to the Madoff drop. It was from Madoff, like 2027, 2028. It was from 48, 35 to 20. That's almost 50% drop. That's crazy. The COVID drop, 2015. The COVID drop was from 218 to 159. That was crazy. So in 2021, you're from 395 to what? To 240. So it was the same drop every time. It's almost like it drops like 50%. It drops, 30%. these are good opportunities for buying, and all of a sudden it goes back up. The market never stops going up. So we're gonna have one of those nice. We're gonna have one of those nice correction. I'm looking at the monthly, and boy, I'm seeing a nice correction happening in the next 3 months again. Damn. That's crazy. No, I don't think we're ever gonna go back to 637. Yeah, we're definitely on a free fall right now. Look at the weekly. We are already on a free fall. Like on the weekly, I'm looking at it being bearish right now, right? Hear me out. We had a nice correction October 10, which was from 613 to 89. Okay, $30. This time it was from 635 to 98, and then 624 to 97. It keeps going back to that level, where I think it's gonna run back more because it's crossing the Bollinger Band. But I see a nice, if you were to buy puts for the long term, I see a nice level at 500. So this is what I think is gonna happen. We're probably gonna go to 650 or 685, because there's that 720 limit range that they think SPY is gonna reach. We're pumping up. You're getting ready for that 720. At that 720, I think we're gonna probably go after over that. We're gonna go back to 500. Or let's say we go all the way back and this thing doesn't really correct that much in 26. We're gonna go all the way back to 2027. I think that $500 gap, and that gap is from April 9th, 2025 to April 16th. That week we gapped up from like 491 all the way to 520. You gapped up $20-$30. That's definitely a level that we're gonna go revisit. I don't see any other gaps. Like right now, every gap I've seen have been closed. And I was saying, okay, so this gap is 558.37 and this is 558.30. Gap is closed. Let me see. Yep, there's another one at 531 and 535. There's a nice gap up here. So yeah, like I was saying, like going back like to that level would be like, you know, so on the way down we'll start by 523, 520, 30, right? And then you know, and then the next one, yeah, it actually was a dividend day, so 523, we see 523.04, and then 535, 23, well 31 to 35, 535, 531, 535 level gap. Next gap is 590 to 500. That's a $10 gap again. The other gap is 446 to 451. $5, always $5 $10 gap. Everything else has covered That 401.47 level was in April 2025. We have not covered that. We have not. That's the huge support level. So after 401, I don't know. After that 401 level, 420, we covered that. 409, So after that 401, we got the 391 level. That was in January 2024. Market overstretched, dropping 3 days before the end of the year. And after that, we have 378. We got that huge gap between 370 and between 373 and 378. Huge gap, and then we got more gap on the low. I want to go back to maybe 2008. For 2021, it went from 398 G's to 241. In 2022, yeah, and that's like December 21. So for like maybe 9 months, we just got hit after hit after hit. I want to know 2020. I want to know like what was the 2028? How did it feel? 2028. You see, that's 2010. Whoo! 2028. We went from that's September 27. So October November 27. Geez, November was pretty bad that year. So if November is being bad this year, jeez, that means that collapse maybe. Because usually November on a bear market or a bull market is very good. So November in the year before the collapse, 2028, November was trashy. December was pretty good. January was hell loose. And then we went from 48 in October to 22 in November. See guys, the drop is always from January to November. So if we drop this January, we're gonna be all the way to November. If we drop next January, it's gonna be till November. November, is when the market is gonna recover. So it dropped to November, and in March, and then on March, it's boom, we go up. Interesting. So that was a 50% drop that we made off. That is nuts. If we were to do a 50% drop right now, we would literally drop back through that 500. That's interesting. And also, I'm just saying, like, so this is kind of weird. Like, this Palantir and Nvidia by Marco Blurry. So he opened a position. People say he opened a position when it was 165 and he was already underwater. But recently, he deregistered his hedge fund. He closed down his hedge fund. Why would he do that? Is it because he was wrong, or is it because he was right? Warren Buffett, why is he saving so much money? Is it because he knows it's coming soon, or he's just holding money? Like, if the collapse is happening, November is gonna be a bad month. December is gonna be a little okay month, and January is gonna happen, and it's gonna drop all the way to the next November. Right? If you look at how the market goes, and is that COVID? Yeah, I'm thinking that. Oh, I don't know, the monthly is looking pretty bad. So that fixed 37, I don't know, we don't know anything. I just like to speculate. You know, we went all the way to the 401 level. I see that huge gap at 5, which is gonna be right above top level. So, I don't know. Everything is in shambles. You got the Epstein files, you got motherfucking, you got like AI, you got a lot of stuff going on. Like, Palantir lost a lot. This is like alarming. You know, that Bollinger Band is like crossing over the candle. That's usually not a bearish sign. If you look at the monthly, geez, Palantir is dropping. Dude, there's definitely a bear market coming. So I'm looking at my day trading indicators for the monthly, and they are like red hot alarming. We're either gonna have a nice recovery next month, but or we're just gonna keep going down, have this, because this red candle or monthly has not happened ever. Like in April 2000. So in April, while everybody was dropping, Palantir took the fuck off. You know, I don't think Palantir has enough experience or NVIDIA. I checked NVIDIA. NVIDIA's hella bearish right now. I haven't seen a candle like this since January 2025. Like, the last time I had this many bearish momentum was that 2022 drop. And before that, it was the 2018. Something happened in 2018 when Palantir went from like $7 to like $3. But that they had a split, so these values are not really. But yeah, I don't know how we ended up talking about this bear market shit, but I don't really feel like this bear market is gonna happen. I mean, how can I take advantage of this? I think Palantir and NVIDIA were targets. The indices are with Palantir, this Palantir puts. So, Palantir puts. Let's do 17 January 2027. The $80 puts are like $6 suck. The $20 puts are a lot of people are buying them. Jeez. The $30 puts are jumping. The $50 puts are jumping. The $50 puts are like how much? They're like $2. Jeez. $50 puts are jumping. The $50 puts for 15 January 2027 are jumping. What? So, what? How in the world? Who is doing that? I don't know who is buying these, but it's balance here. 2027. So let's go back to 2028 to see if we have the same puts being bought. Because technically it should be. Oh, I don't even see that. For 2028, you got the 130 and 100 being bought are crazy. Let's see December 2027. Now $50 to $60. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that drop is happening in 2026. In 2027, let me see. Let me see at 2026. On $50. Oh shit, not $50, $20. That's interesting. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I haven't checked the other one, but man, the bear market. The two stocks I was really watching for the bear market were Apple. You know what I'm saying? And Apple, it doesn't look like it's. Apple doesn't look like it's stopping. It looks like people are buying it as a safe haven, even on the monthly. On the yearly, it's like it's not done growing. And Apple loving, where's the other one? Apple loving? What's the other one? And Apple loving is not that old. And Apple loving is at 557 when I was calling it for shorting at 700. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Apple loving's going down. But yeah. I'm trying to see gaps. There's a nice gap at 452. Jesus. What else? Yeah. Alright, well, we're done for the day. Thank you for watching Zero Filter Podcast. We'll have more episodes, and thank you, and don't forget to join the Discord to check all our plays. Thank you.